And we gather here simply as, not as representatives of individual countries, but as members of a shared SIDS family, connected through history, exposed through some of the global pressures, and united by our responsibility to safeguard our land, our people, and our future. Allow me firstly to begin by honoring the vision that brought us here today. The UNCCD SIDS Forum was born from the leadership of two Caribbean sons. The Honorable Alfred Prosper, Ministry of Agriculture, St. Lucia, and Mr. Calvin James, the former Executive Director of PISLM. Recognizing that the growing complexity of global environmental negotiations, and they understood that small island developing states needed a dedicated mechanism to address policy issues affecting land management with one coherent and unified voice. At CRIC 21 in Samarkand, Uzbekistan, in November 2023, they shared this idea with the SIDS focal points. After constructive dialogue with the then Executive Secretary of the UNCCD, the concept evolved into what we now have today, a UNCCD SIDS Forum officially launched at COP16 in Riyadh in December 2023. And I had the privilege of being there. I remember some faces that were in attendance as well. This forum stands as an independent space where global SIDS can meet, deliberate, and champion the issues affecting sustainable land management across our islands. PISLM proudly opted to finance the first year of operations, supporting the creation of a work program and a dedicated website. And looking ahead at COP17 in Mongolia in 2026, we hope the forum can advance the formal establishment of a UNCCD SIDS Caucus, including the installation of a management team selected from among our focal points. Colleagues, the need for this forum could not be more urgent. Across SIDS, land degradation and drought are accelerating. Water scarcity, soil erosion, saline intrusion, the loss of forest and biodiversity, these pressures are converging at a pace our economies were not designed to withstand. Although SIDS contribute to less than 1% of global greenhouse gas emissions, we face some of the highest climate-related economic losses in the world. And coming from St. Vincent, we experienced Hurricane Beryl. Our headquarters is now based in Grenada, that also experienced the issues of Hurricane Beryl over the past year, and we're still trying to recover. In the Caribbean alone, climate disasters cost up to 5% of GDP every year, and in some cases, such as Dominica, after Hurricane Maria, over 200% of GDP in a single event. These impacts are not abstract. They affect food security, public health, national budgets, and the stability and dignity of our communities. Our vulnerabilities are deepened by the narrow economic basis, high dependency on food imports, and often exceeding 80%, and increasing erratic climatic conditions that threaten agricultural productivity. Yet adaptation finance remains below what is needed. SIDS require $11.7 billion US annually for adaptation, nearly 6 times the current level of support. This gap is not merely financial, it's existential. And if we brief the briefing, it showed that it's about 1.7 billion that is actually contributed. So despite these realities, SIDS continue to innovate. Across our region, we are pioneering ridge-to-reef restoration, agroforestry systems, drought-resilient crops, water harvesting solutions, coastal and watershed rehabilitation, and integrated land management strategies that combine indigenous knowledge with modern science. We are strengthening governance, improving our policy framework, and building data systems to guide more informed decision making. And today you will hear about some of the data systems being designed by PISLM in collaboration with Apacheta and our other international partners. But the truth remains, we cannot achieve resilience on our own. As Executive Director of PISLM, I reaffirm our commitment to supporting national capacities, enhancing policy coherence, and advancing integrated land and drought management systems that connect communities to governments and more uniquely to cabinet. This forum is more than a meeting, it is a mandate to speak boldly, negotiate collectively, and to drive global land agenda with a clear purpose. As we continue our work towards COP17, let us stand committed to advancing the establishment of a formal UNCCD SIDS Caucus, strengthening the coordination among all SIDS regions, so the Caribbean, the Pacific, the AIS, and beyond. Colleagues, SIDS have always showed resilience, but resilience is not automatic. It requires vision, solidarity, and resources. Today, let us honor the vision that created this forum by deepening our cooperation and building the policies and partnerships our people urgently need.